Time for the Biotech Buzz with Vivi Bio Queen, bringing her on now. Vivi, how are we doing today?
Hi, can you hear me?
We hear you. We see you. It's Friday.
I changed. I've got my beats. My
Okay,
beats on.
okay. See, I observed that. No, I didn't actually, if I'm being honest with you. Vivi Bio Queen at biotech_SD. It says it on the screen there. Vivi, how are we doing today? How are picks doing today?
I'm doing good. I mean, the market wasn't, the greatest today, but you just have to trust the process, and just keep adding if you have to add, and go shopping if you have to go shopping. So I'm not very fazed by how the market, especially if you're doing a lot of stocks are coming up with the catalysts. So I'm not very concerned. You ask where I'm at, and then you disappear, Spencer.
I'm right here. Right.
So anyways, yeah. So little praying for Sundial to come back. Remember how I told you that I left my screen for a little bit, and then Sundial kind of like tanked. So I'm a little red on that one, but they just got compliance today, and it's just a matter of a time with the wheat play. So I'm just gonna hold it. I usually don't like to hold. I usually cut my losses really quick, but I'm not really too concerned here. I think it's just a matter of a time to get some wheat news, and we'll bounce. But at least now we're compliant, so there's no problem in getting delisted. So I think those are very good news.
Yeah, that's always good when you're not getting delisted. That's always good.
Exactly.
All right, update us on the rest of your picks. How we doing?
Good. So today I have a new pick actually that piqued my interest. I wish I got in. Just they announced they had a Momo going on because they're presenting next week. And I'm kind of bummed out that I wasn't able to pick up right at the bottom. So I entered at a 4:15. So it's INFI. And so this company is presenting next week, and I'll share you guys the screen here. So just application window. So can you guys see this? Okay. So this is the latest slide. So let me just
can we maybe zoom in a little bit, or
can you see it?
Let's see. Let's go full screen. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So so this is talking about their molecule, and I just wanted to kind of educate a little bit people what these mean here, because people get lost. This is overall survival of rate of survival, and DCR is disease control rate. So it's just a pool of patients that are usually is advanced. They're like metastatic patients, and then this is the rate of disease control. And then this one here to teach you guys how to do it is progression-free survival. So that means that it's the disease hasn't progressed, but it has not improved either. And we look at it in molecule here. We had a really good survival overall survival rates here. And this molecule here has a combo with a bunch of medications, but it's for triple negative breast cancer, so TNBC, ovarian, and also melanoma. And this is SCCHN. It's a squamous cell for the head and neck. So I saw really good numbers here. I took a position at 414. They have a conference next week. I think that it's we just out of the offering part. Unfortunately, they threw an offering and it kind of killed the momentum of the stock. But then I had opportunity to add in. And then I wanted to show you guys here. I had to show you guys about the biopharma catalyst and how it's super, super cool to be able to go in and dive a little deeper. So let's find here, are those? Yes, so I'll share with you guys. Can you see this? So that's gonna be, I think it's just a little too small, but at least I can show you guys all the information you can get from biopharma catalyst. So here it talks about the company, the phase 2 progression-free survival and update overall response data was presented, and it'll be presented the first quarter of this year and the second quarter. So it shows here all the catalysts coming up. So this is a great site for you guys to really analyze bio and check what's coming, if it's worth it for you guys to swing it. So talks about here the biotech annual ratings, and see the latest news talks about how they got into the offering here and how it's the price at a 380. So I got in a little bit over the offering price, but I feel that this is a very promising company. So I'm really positive with this new addition to my portfolio. Now,
hey, Vivi, before we move on, how long a term and position is this?
So I'm definitely, because they have a conference next week. So like I told you guys, because we still have a phase 2, no phase 3, I like to get a large position, swing into the next catalyst, and then I'll sell half, and then if it drops, I'll buy back. So I kind of trade in and out of position when the catalyst is kind of further out. But I always leave some in my portfolio just in case there is some kind of a news or something unexpected. So this is definitely a longer hold here, for sure. And then let me just stop sharing the screen. And then it's still holding. Somebody was asking me about, I'm going to repeat, BCRX. I'm holding completely long, you guys. Don't worry about asking me. I am holding this full. And then KMPH as well. We should be getting news here in a few weeks. And I wish I could have shared the screen with the tickers and the dates. Maybe I'll do a PowerPoint next time. But KMPH, the PDUFA is March 2nd. And then we are waiting any minute for GTHX. HX. We should be getting news here. What makes me very bullish here is that CEO made a really, really bold statement. Said that at the last conference that they attended, that he is expecting a full approval on this drug. So my price target here is definitely around 40, a minimum, but I think long term is like $70, $80 for sure. Right now, I only have April calls, $20 calls. So I am hoping that I'm going to convert and exercise those calls, and I'm going to hold those shares long. So that would be it. Oh my God, I'm seeing the sundials chart. What a disaster, you guys. Oh, I hope you guys didn't get caught like me. Jeez. Okay, so what else? I posted my Twitter, guys, and SPR. Spencer, can you can you post that? So it's been very steady. But I did have some feedback from two of my really, really good cardiologists in San Diego. One works at Scripps, one works at UCSD, and they both think that their stent is really, really promising. So just the fact that I had that validation today from these two interventionists, cardiologists, I just added more to my IRA. So I plan on holding an SPR long-term for sure. Somebody was asking, I'm sorry, I got distracted because I'll get you guys answers later, but I do like SELB, SELB. My friend GB Casanova did a lot of research on that company. But if you look at the pipeline, it's still so far out. So I love, I'm always swing trading this ticker. It always, like every day I look at the charts. And if there's an opportunity, I always buy a lot of shares because it's whenever there's a spike, it's a good spike. So I'm always swinging. But I feel like future-wise, this looks like a very promising company for sure. What else? So let me see my other tickers on my long term just to see how we're doing here. Let me see. Okay, so ATNX. This is a very this is very, very, very usual behavior before approval. For some reason, there's manipulations. Like nobody's buying, nobody's selling. The MMs are trying to control the price down, just to really scare people, because you don't see that people are being bullish. You don't see like, oh my God, it's up 5 points. You know, people are really bullish about this. But it's a very, very common behavior. Every time I'm waiting for PDUFA, I see that the stock behaving that way. It's always like, you know, it's red today. It's actually, I'm red in one of my accounts because I got in at a 13.24. So, but I'm very positive that we're going to get an approval. And the approval date is February 28th. So I told you guys the breast cancer drug that is only available in IV with a high toxicity. And now we have in the form of a pill. And then they also have an approved drug for, instead of like having to freeze all your precancerous lesions, you can just use the cream. So that cream, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a blockbuster. And what else here? Okay. Still holding, I think it held really well for today's market, LXXGF. You know, they have an already approved diagnostic for veterinarian office. You guys should take a look at this company. I think that they have a disruptive technology on the coming of diagnostics. So they held their own really, really well. And are you guys doing any psychedelics? I'm holding MMEDF and
Whoa, are we doing any psychedelics?
Yeah,
I mean,
stocks. I'm going through. We're
stocks.
doing.
Oh, stocks.
Now I was just looking at my portfolio. I'm like, oh, my psychedelic stocks are not doing bad. Prof here, you know, I'm up overall. Today is not doing great, but MMEDF had a little bump today. Do you have any of those at all, Spencer?
No. I'm not on the psychedelic train yet.
No, yeah.
Maybe I need to get on it.
And then Sorrento as well, holding Sorrento here, full SRNE. That's the company that it's based in San Diego. And the company has some COVID diagnostic too, but there's also some companies and in the pipeline, really, really good arthritis medication in the pipeline. So a lot of people think that Sorrento is a little bit of a scam company. I have to say that CEO, it's like every time he goes on a CNBC, you know, he pumps the stock and tells the shorts to take care of their families and their homes, and you know, just don't short my company. You guys gonna be screwed. So he's known in the community as a little bit of a like big shot, kind of a big talker. So I reduced my position significant, but I feel like he might get lucky because I think there's some really good stuff on the pipeline, but I'm very wary about it. I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket when it comes to Sorrento. I just don't trust Dr. G that much. Are you laughing? Are you laughing?
I'm laughing at our chat, man. Our chat's a bunch of characters. Wait.
Oh yeah. What do they do? What do they say?
What is the CEO's name of Sorrento?
Dr. G. J.I.
Dr. G. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And you don't trust him? That's what you said?
Yeah, I just don't trust.
Okay.
I just don't trust him at all.
Okay.
You know, it's just in the community here, the finance community. Everyone thinks he's just a big talk. He does the talk, but doesn't do the walk as much. So hopefully they get lucky with some stuff. But I have a significant amount of shares, but because I trade in and out for the last 5 years, it used to be my baby, this company. So what are the people cracking up? Do you want to get into some questions? Because I know there's always a lot of questions.
Well, you mentioned psychedelics, and Sam L is mentioning it here. It's the only psychedelic stock that I know is MindMed, right? MMEDF, which trades on OTC markets. Let me pull it up here. It's right there. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It's the only one that I know of. I don't know if there are any more.
Oh no, Truff is another one. TRUFF. That's one of Jack's stocks.
Those are good. All right.
Yeah. Remember Jack Hurley?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's one of his picks.
Okay.
Yes.
We've got a bunch of questions here
I know,
in our
I can
chat.
see.
Well, let me go back to the beginning here, see if we can go in order. Get to the oldest questions first. I'm gonna go away from that. Let's see. Can you talk about DMTK, Dermtech?
I don't know that company.
Know that one?
I'll write it down. There's
DM.
millions of companies out
I
there.
know.
I try as much. I mean, I gave you guys a new pick today that I feel very bullish, but I'll take a look. I've been writing down the stickers, but it takes me a while to research them, you know?
And then Boris asked what that webpage was. Here, I'll put it up on the screen, Boris, so you can see what exactly it's. Pharma
Catalyst.
I think it's Pharm, right? Biopharmcatalyst.com.
Yes.
That's the page that Vivi was on earlier. And just to echo what she said, it really is a tremendous resource for all things biotech, for PDUFA dates, for pipelines. You don't know what a company has in their pipeline. I mean, I use it, right? So I can't recommend it enough.
Especially if you just wanna play up the run up to Catalyst. I mean, literally, It doesn't fail. You can just buy the stock a month before approval, you know, and just check the charts. And so sometimes that's how I found the ATNX, you know, and I thought it was wow. Perceptive Advisors, which is a huge hedge fund, owns 13 million shares of this company. I'm like, that got me interested, you know.
Right. What about? That's not a ticker that I don't know. Here, what about? Do you know EXEL? You know that one?
No, EXEL. No.
I'm just kind of going through our chat here, seeing what we got. We've already covered a bunch of these. I'm going. All right, let me just scroll back up to the present. Do you have a chance to look at VTGN?
No, I did not have a chance. I'm sorry, guys.
VTGN, okay.
VTGN.
We'll make that your homework for over the long weekend.
Somebody's asking where I'm from. I'm from Rio de Janeiro.
There we go. Someone asks you where you're from every day, I feel like. What about now we're talking. We got a few more down here. Are you into Sarepta at all?
Into what?
Sarepta, SRPT.
I know. I think Sarepta is a really good company.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it's a good company, but I don't own shares, but it's definitely a good company.
Yeah. Have I asked you about Solarius, SLRX?
No, SLRX. No.
We know that one.
No, you guys gonna give me a lot of homework to study. Geez, there's so many. And
hey, real quick reference, recap what your new pick was for people who missed it.
INFI.
INFI.
They have a conference next week.
There is the chart. There is the new pick. You can see this is a daily, so this is going back about a year. This chart, so you can see that
they killed the momentum with their offering right there. See.
Hey, they need money.
I know. I mean, that's the problem with the bio. You know, it's like
they need money. But isn't that the point? The point is to have a good catalyst.
Yeah.
See the stock go up, raise money, and use the proceeds to fund the research. Isn't that the point?
That's the point.
Yeah. So yeah, that's par for the course with these biotechs. You always got to know that you're probably going to get diluted several times along the way if you're in an early stage company.
Oh, if you
because they need the money. They need the money.
Yeah. If I go to my stock twits and some of the earlier companies that I bought it like 4 or 5 years ago and I ended up like selling, got stopped out. They're like, there's a company that now they're finally back on track. TRVN. I would have to be at $36. You know, because you can go to stock twits and look at the history of your twits, and I would have to be at a $36 today to break even with that company. You know, just because of all the reverse splits.
Oh man,
it's nuts.
I'm not going to say that'll never happen, but it's unlikely that will happen.
It's nuts.
But hey, you never know in this market. What about Orchard Therapeutics? You know that ORTX? You know that one?
No, and don't know that one.
RTX. Okay. Going through here, going through NSPR we've discussed. See a few people asking about NSPR. No, trying to limit it to the biotech. Hey, you have any thoughts on Inovio? This has had a really interesting day. How's Inovio doing today? So it did give back a lot of its gains. Inovio gave back a lot of its gains from the morning here. Let me just zoom way in. So this is just today and yesterday. Inovio got an upgrade this morning. No, not an upgrade, an initiation. Let's go into Benzinga Pro. Do INO. I'll zoom in for you so y'all can see. I have a couple filters on. Let's get rid of those filters. Yeah, there it is in red right there from yesterday. Oppenheimer initiated with an outperform, which is the equivalent of a buy rating. That's bullish news. I don't know if it's necessarily worth what it get to in the pre-market. It got to $17 in the pre-market. I don't know if it's worth that. This is a stock that closed yesterday.
It's a COVID stock.
Right. COVID play closed yesterday at like what is that? $13.50. Got up to 17 this morning. I mean, it's a little bit. It was a little bit much for an initiation from an analyst, from a sell side ratings firm.
Okay, but can we see? Let me see if can we see what the float is on that stock? Maybe that's why. Let me see.
Let me look at it.
I'll take a look here.
I'm seeing a float of 142 million shares.
Wow, there was a lot of shares.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of shares exchange of hands today to go up that much. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Well, what's the? Can you see the volume today? I don't have that up right now. Actually, yes, I do. I'm seeing a volume of 41 million shares. Whoa.
Yeah. So they have the phase 2 portion of the study started in December. So they have a phase 2 and 3 clinical trial for the candidate. So I guess it has some kind of a device called Selectra. So once inside of the patient's skins, it can trigger an immune response to against COVID. So I guess it's more of how the mechanism of action works with this company.
Yep. What about, hey, you mentioned yesterday or the day before that you liked Cytodyn, right? CYDY?
Yes, I'm holding long that company.
What do you like about it?
So they have the main molecule, levo. I never know how to pronounce that thing, but I'll tell you guys. It's levo. What is the name of the molecule? Jeez. Cytodyn. So I'll tell you the backstory on this company. My friends at Genentech told me to buy the stock because the phase 1 data for breast cancer is absolutely phenomenal. Coming from Genentech reps, where Genentech has amazing drug for a triple negative, to the point that they were like, we want to work for this company. And that is the same molecule that also has indication for HIV, is a phase 3 study in HIV, and also is on a phase 2 for COVID. And everyone thinks it's going to be a very promising medication, but it's one medication that works in so many disease states, and that's why I bought it. So here's the funny thing: I bought 2,000 shares at a $2.50. And I just said, I'll put on my IRA and see what comes, from this company. And I never thought that they were going to become a COVID play, so they're OTC, they are seeking up listing. So that should move the stock up as well. And I was just trying to, leronlimab, so leronlimab. And this molecule has purposes in so many other disease states. So I hold it and I set and forget it. I don't go through the motions, and the COVID play is just an icing on a cake.
Just so everyone knows, when a company uplists from OTC markets to an exchange, the real difference there is that there are a lot of investors, institutional investors out there,
Exactly, they'll be able
funds
to invest, hedge
are
funds.
that by their own rule, are not allowed to buy and sell securities that don't trade on an exchange. So when you uplist to an exchange, you're essentially opening the doors to more investors. So it's typically it's not like the stock isn't traded. It is traded actively, actually, very actively. And if you look at the volume, you'll see that. But the idea is that when you uplist to an exchange, you're just opening the door for more capital to flow into and also potentially out of the stock.
So the latest on this, so is a CCR5 antagonist with the potential of a multiple therapist, like I told you. They just announced today, not today, they had announced, what was January 29th last week, that they are seeking a compassion use in Philippines. So here it says, last night, the Cytodine team presented the results from various studies of leronlimab as a potential therapeutic for COVID patients to several Philippine regulators, hospitals, executives, and physicians. So, so they are, now we're just waiting for data to be reported here in the United States, but everybody is very bullish about this medication.
A couple more from the chat. We have like a couple minutes left. Yeah. Somebody asked about ATHE. And also, guys, SCNS, we discussed that already. Rewind like 20 minutes. Do you know ATHE?
ATHE, no.
ATHE, there it is.
No, ATHE, okay.
And then what else? What else just came through? CTYX.
CTYX.
17 cents.
Do not 17 cents? Oh, that's scary. I don't know that company. But okay, you never know. Could it be a lot of play?
Here's one, Vivi. Besides you, obviously, who do you follow on Twitter for biotech news, for drug news, for biotech stock news?
So I like, I really love the PharmDs or doctors, anybody that, you know, have a PharmD background. So I'll tell you right now who I follow. There is just let me see here. Because it was in the news. And that's why I decided to buy this company. So I'll tell you right now.
I'll tell you who I follow.
Tell me.
Stat News is probably one of the best resources for biotech and drug news. They have a couple of reporters. One of them, his name was Adam Feuerstein. You know, I'm just going to put his Twitter link in.
Okay. I like Kevin Wolcott too. He's a local in San Diego, and he's a biotech trader. And so I follow him as well. I've been following him for years. He gives a lot of insights.
I just posted the Twitter link of somebody, a reporter that I trust very much, Adam Feuerstein. He is extremely well informed. Not to say he's always right. He's not always right. No one is always right. But he's a great reporter and has some strong opinions about biotechs.
Are you talking about Adam?
Adam F. Yeah.
Okay, so I follow Adam F. And sometimes, you know, he's solid, but you want to be on his side.
He definitely.
I've been on his stock before where he reported completely, you know, completely debunked the stock, and it went. Yeah. It went down like 50%. So people do. I like him. I think that he brings valid information, and unfortunately, a lot of times most of the time he's more right than wrong, you know, but you don't want to be caught on the wrong side of the lane when he's talking about data and the company, you know. So he is a huge advocate for AUPH. I remember because I've been holding AUPH since $5. And when we had the approval, he looked at the label, because labels are very important when it comes to approval. What kind of label you're going to get on the med? And he was the one that was posting all over Twitter. Now he's awesome.
Adam F has the power to move stocks with a tweet. So if you're not following,
Yes.
if you are into biotech, you don't follow Adam F. You need to. Okay, it is three. Actually, it's 3:01. We have to say goodbye.
Wow.
Vivi,
Okay.
you're going away next week, right? You're out.
Yeah, but Mondays as a holiday, anyways, right? The stock we don't have. But then I just I probably can do the Thursday show. Just Friday, I won't be able to do it.
All right, we'll have to wait until then. Vivi Bio Queen, her Twitter handle is up on the screen at biotech_SD. Thanks a lot, Vivi. We always appreciate just talking to you.